Just took down this parts wall I've had up for years and years. I'm looking for specific shafts. I've got thousands of stuff in here, and the first thing my hand touched were shafts for the MP9. Holy shit. I could not believe that, man. Because I'm thinking I just need to get into this rear diff and replace these shafts. Wow. I cannot believe I found this that quickly for the MP9. Wow, dude. Just trip out on that for a second, man. A little setup here. It's been a while since I've done a job. But I'm seeing that these cups, these drive cups, are rather wrecked, man. That could be the reason why the rear diff was not spinning too freely. That one's super wrecked. So I'm just gonna get into this diff, clean it up, replace these cups. These might even be the wrong cups that are on this right now. They have a straight edge right there, whereas these ones have the little curve. Those ones are curved right there. So yeah, hopefully that'll take care of the binding issue that we saw in this model yesterday, man. Let's check out Craig's fluid and paint store here. Had the fluid and paint store here for a while. Some fluids and shit up there. Shock oils on this side. Fucking light. And diff on this side. Lots of my paints. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill that diff back up with some 4K here. I think 4K is a good choice. It's really loose down there, man. So I think you'll have a good time, you know, with some 4, man. It's kind of loose. And yeah, it's been a while since some new fluid's been in there. So let's just go ahead and plucky. Diff and fluid store. It's my little alternate rebuild site here. So I'm just gonna kind of rebuild the diff here. I'm waiting for some people to show up, so I'll go in further detail how I do that. I'll try to get out the right grease. Most importantly, I got a fresh set of bearings there. I wanted to install a double set of these gears here, these bevel gears, I think what they're called. I didn't have another pin though. So the race kits come with 4 of those things. This RTR only has 2 of those gears there inside the diff. Specifically, I guess if Aaron watches this, that's what's happening in the diffs. It's just 2 of those gears, but everything's spinning freely as I'll rebuild this diff. And we got our new outdrive cups over here. God, what a miracle. MP9 cups. Wow. Can't believe I found those, dude. Off the rip. Just right. First scoop in the box. The first thing my finger touched. Whoa. All right. So I'm waiting for some people to show up to go do an open mic right now, man. But I got everything laid out here, man. Found the book, the box. I'm actually glad I brought this thing back into service after we ran it yesterday, because now we can hook them up with a good product. I can check the endpoints on the radio. I'll get into that. Yeah, this is a great RTR e-buggy, and man, it looked really good yesterday. It was doing all the right stuff on the track, man. Everybody, he was keeping up with everybody in his class, first time out there. So man, I really want to get this back in his hands, man. I got a customer waiting, and I'm excited about that, man. That's really cool. I'll get this thing cleaned up, man. As far as I can tell, most of the MP9 parts are available. A thing about Kyosho. I just set the phone down. Oh boy, these cars are so killer, but for some reason, man, it's like a boutique brand, and some of these parts are unavailable for like a long time, dude. It's something it's been kind of a problem sometimes, so you just stock up. So I would suggest to him to stock up on A-arms in these hub carriers, man. These are like the first things that get chomped are these hub carriers. I switched over to aluminum. Those are expensive though. So with our arms and our pins, you know, the pins that hold the arms there. Towers, man, your towers can bend if you take a digger. So, but it looks like all the parts should be still available. I got my part numbers here in the little MP9 book, man. And yeah, I'm just real excited to pass this along to another guy, get him into the life, man. We've got a great little startup kit here, so I'll get this done by tonight, man, and get this car out on the grass, and hopefully it can survive a pack without stopping. And I remember how it sounded like yesterday at racing. It just sounded something was going on for sure. So I'll know what that sound was, and hopefully it'll be gone when we get the sucker back out there, man. All right, you guys. So I'm gonna just wait for my people to show up here, and I gotta have a mini band practice. So you know how it is when something's coming at you. You don't want to delve into RC land, you know. Plus your fingers get wrecked. So I just gotta let this chill right now, and just get back to my drums and stuff, man. Meaning I think I'll play a little bass. All right, so again, the issue this car was having, it was binding somewhere, man. It was getting hot. It was shutting down on him, so it was just working too hard somewhere. And thank God this thing had cut off, man. So it's a great system here. The Kyosho ESC, still stock. You know, stock everything. This car is awesome. It really is. So I've just removed the rear diff. And man, look at these cups, dude. You can see it in the camera there. Try to show it through the towel, and you can see how far up that chomp goes in the outdrive cup. Man, is it wrecked. So I just kind of wanted to show here how I'll rebuild a diff. Couple types of grease, some new bearings. Just what I'm going to do here for this diff. I'm going to give it the business for sure. I'll start by popping that O-ring back in there. Then I'll take some black grease and just kind of make like a little seal with that ring in there with the black grease. And then what else? We can install a new bearing out here. Get your new bearing on there. Yeah. The new bearing there. And I'll take my white grease and maybe I should crack open the new cups. MP9, baby. Diff shafts. Dig it. Man, I probably had these for so long, dude. So you gotta love it when you have stuff on hand that you can get a job done. You don't have to make a parts order. Wow. So I just kind of wanted to compare. I mean, it looks like I had a straighty. I mean, these are both straighties, dude. Huh. It's interesting. These do look different, man. I wonder if these are like some updated version. Because these are both like totally round. But it looks like up front I got straighties up front. And man, that's weird. I don't even know how. Straighties as in, well, like right here, this is straight, and then you got the little curve down there. So the ones up front have the curve. You know, the outdrive cups up front have the curve. Those aren't munched bad at all because no dirt gets shot up there, so those are fine. The front feels fine, man. There's nothing binding up here, dude. I think my issue lies in the back, where all the dirt gets flung. So these cups, these brand new cups, completely replicate, from what I can tell, what's up there. I don't know how the hell these got on the back, dude. I really don't know. These look like the types of cups. Yeah, those are straight. Like those cups right there coming from... These cups are supposed to be like right there. I don't even think these were supposed to be back on the axles. So they've been there for years. I don't know how the hell I managed to do that. I think I did the diff fluid once maybe in this model. And just put those on. This is the only cup on the whole model that looks like these cups, and I got 2 of these. How did I use 2 coming from the rear? These just look like they belong here and not on the axles, man. Well, no, because these are like longer. I don't know how I ended up with these, man. They almost seem like they should be the stalkers, though, honestly. Stalker, that just sounds weird. You know, I'm going to look in the book real quick, dude. I mean, where the hell would those have come from? How would I have gotten 2 of those? So let's just look at the book, dude. What's the book say for those cups on the rear? So I'm already seeing a little picture that has, you know... Okay, the front is showing those types of cups also that have that straight lip, not that curve. So it looks like I might have used some MP10 cups up front. I mean, there's the rear diff, and it shows those cups also. So I think these are the stock cups that came with the MP9. And I just ended up stuffing some 10 cups up here after a while, or eventually. I mean, which I don't think should affect too much. I just need a smooth spinning rear diff. So I am just going to go ahead and button it up. But what the hell? No, the part said MP9. Diff shaft 1F412. 1F412, dude. I mean, those are the cups that the model's calling for. This is why it's rad to have the book, man. I just want to be sure, dude. Like, what is this thing really hollering here? So, I mean, I guess I don't understand what difference that little dip right there in the cup makes right on the lip. Like, why that's dipped down like that. I mean, it must have something to do with, you know, how what the axle does in there and everything. I mean, it's like, I mean, it pretty much just stays down there, but perhaps the sucker can move around. You know, like, why would it be? It's like this. I don't know. Just kind of keep looking at the part view here. I just want to find these cups on this page right here too. And well, I know this kind of makes for a boring video, but it doesn't matter. We're RC guys. We want to see this shit, dude. You know, we want to get this right. So, okay, I mean, there's the rear diff right there, and it does show those cups that just have that straight lip. And so, all right, well, I mean, that's what I guess what I'm going to button the diff back up with. I just kind of wanted to see. I just want to see that part number, dude. I want to see 1F412 right next to that diff, dude. All right, center diff 14F13. That's the part. Okay, 1F412. So there's the diff 1F412. So that cup pretty much replicates this cup right here. But what came in the packaging was this, the one with the curved thing there. So I'm probably just tripping out, but I was just curious. These just like look like the same as the cups for the MP10, dude. But I think I'll be fine putting these on. I mean, they look just like those, so. All right, no problem. I'll just keep moving along here. I was talking the whole time anyway, so I wasn't just sitting there with nothing going on. It's just the type of little curious shit we do when we rebuild our cars. Just some little damn thing will make us go, huh? You know? All right, so I get the white grease right here. And just get a little bit of grease on there. And get your new bearing on there. I might even put some just on the case there. Just kind of get that around there like that. Just a little bit of the grease there. The bearing on there. Feels pretty good. And get my O-ring back down there. Okay. This part's a bit fiddly trying to get these little pins back in there. Just push down the ring a little bit. Get that seated in there. Use my little driver to get that pin back in there. All right, there we go. This is cool. I haven't rebuilt a diff in a really long time. So you got your white grease here. And so I'll take some 4000, some 4K oil. And just go about halfway at first. Just kind of spin it around in there. Oops. Let me plop a sun gear in there. Get that sun gear, soaking that up. Very good. A little more oil. You don't want to overfill it. Just get a little more in there. I'll drop this bevel gear, single bevel gear set in there. I wish I had an extra pin, dude. I would have added another gear set in there, man. So this ready to run model just comes with one bevel gear set. Our kits have two. So you got 1, 2 here, but my race kit has 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a curious difference in the diff. I'm sure it makes some kind of running difference. But overall, this car is race performance out of the box, most definitely, man. I mean, I just put it in the hands of somebody who's never been on a track before, and he was stacking laps and doing really good and having a really good time. So I'm really happy to just take the time, dude, and spread the love. I don't even think we can get these MP9 Evos anymore. I think there are some pretty good ready to run e-buggies out there though, in the 1/8 scale realm of things. So I'm sure they're all going to be good. Something to just get people out on a track. right out of the box. So I'm still using the stock radio. You know, the battery I had to buy for this model was expensive. They always are, man. Lipos are not cheap, dude. So just kind of let that oil sit for a little bit. And then I'll just plop the other sun gear in there. See what that looks like with that gear in there. I feel like I could just get maybe one more squirt of oil in there. All right. Sometimes diffs, man, sometimes your center diff will leak. I haven't had that problem with this model though, so that should be good. But sometimes seems like the center diffs in our 8 scale buggies sometimes leak a little bit. All right. So let's do take a look at everything here. Everything looks pretty good still. The teeth look all right here. So nothing was like grabbing at those teeth or anything. So everything should be behaving pretty good there. So we'll take our another new cup here. Let's get some grease on it. Little timer going. I've been jibber jabbering for 15 minutes. Which is totally fine. You know, RC jobs take a while. And it's just fun to, you know, chop it up a little bit, man. I'm staying up late on a Monday night, so I'll just let the cat out of the bag right now, guys. I'm temporarily terminated from work. So I have the time now to play music with my band. And I've been out of work for 20 days. So I'm going to talk to the panel tomorrow and just see if I can get back on my horse, man. I was just operating incorrectly out in the field there a little bit. And I think I can adjust just some of my methods. I wasn't doing anything crazy. I just wasn't recording some of my stops properly. I was just too much of in a rush. So it's just everything in life, man. You got to really think about how you're doing shit and take the time and make sure you're doing shit correctly, you know. And if hopefully whoever's in charge can just give everybody another chance, man, to do shit right, dude. I would love to be able to go back to my job, obviously. I did it for 13 years, dude. You know, it's strange to make this video thinking I might not ever be that dude again out there doing that job, man. So anyways, I've had a lot of free time. Yipes, I forgot to put the grub screw back in there. The sucker leaked a little bit, but not too much. Just kind of forget to do that when I'm doing diffs, man. So it's kind of rad actually to just sit here and just kind of talk about it, dude. It's cool. You know, it makes you think, man. It really makes you appreciate the fact that if you tell somebody you're going to do something, you got to do it right, dude. You know? And I wasn't doing a lot of things right for my company for a long time, dude. And I'd like the chance to make that right, man. So hopefully tomorrow I'll get some good news and just get reinstated, dude. I really want a chance to do better. You know, we can learn our whole lives, man. Sometimes other people, you know, some people it takes longer for them to learn. I'm one of those people, dude. I feel like I learn after something gets kind of fucked up, man. And so I just try to apologize if I mess something up and, you know, just show me the right way, make me understand the way it needs to be done, why it needs to be done, and just get on that same page, dude. I'd actually be really, you know, excited for the chance to actually go out there and just be making sure I'm doing shit exactly right. And they would know that, you know, like they know, all right, we checked him and he's doing shit right. And that's cool. Everybody should get that chance, man. So, you know, I've had some bench time, so to say. You know, I've been on the bench, been benched. And it's given me just more time to do, you know, something like this. It's midnight right now on a Monday, and I should be in bed going to work the next day, but I'm building a diff for an RC car, and I kind of had the feeling that I probably would end up, you know, doing some jobs like this, and as I'm going through this time of I should be using a hand driver for these screws, man. Yeah, I had a feeling I would eventually be working on cars, just sitting in this room wondering what the hell. I don't want to get up. I just want to keep talking and get this diff button back up, man. So we had a great race day yesterday at Three Rivers. I just ran E-Truggy, and just gonna go slow here with this. Oh, fuck, dude. Yeah, why don't I have a screwdriver in my hands, y'all? That's the question. So we'll just go over here. Check out Craig's fucking redneck living room, dude. Because I can, people. Because I can. If I can find the right screwdriver. Just a screwdriver. So... oh, I don't know. It's like way too big, dude. Yeah, I mean, hell, my dirt bike will be in here pretty soon too, probably. Guess I'll bring this little bad boy with me. So these MP9s are all Phillips heads. So that's the difference. I mean, you can go through this model and replace everything with hexes, you know, if you want. The Phillips screws have been fine. I haven't done a whole lot of jobs on this car. I've done a few A-arms. Done the diffs probably a couple times, but how this car performs, well, it jumps differently than my MP10, which has the two batteries on the side. This has a heavy battery right here. And I tend to think it handles in the air differently. I mean, if I had a choice over the two, yeah, I take my MP10 Kyosho e-buggy, which is right here. It handles awesome. Holy shit. The fun I've had with that MP10 e-buggy is insane. It's like my passport to racing. It's just the most common class, you know. I think I can't remember if I got this before I had that. I don't know, dude. I'm really happy I had this to like show somebody the life and then to just get it to him. He bought it from me, you know, I sold it to him. But I mean, it's just rad to have something like this on deck to just get to somebody to get them going, you know? Like I almost thought when I bought this, it really wouldn't be for me. It would be to just as like a loaner, you know, a loaner in my own little fleet, you know, but I am downsizing a bunch of shit. And so, all right, these are toasted out. So those bearings are done. Those outdrive cups are done, you know, so sayonara, we don't need those anymore. So let's just get this diff cleaned up. And it's pretty easy getting into the diffs on this e-buggy here, this Kyosho e-buggy. I'm just so used to doing the Kyosho jobs, and it's not bad at all, man. Yeah, it's a little dirty back there. My nose. Could probably spray her down maybe, and then tomorrow use my air compressor. Maybe just spray it off with some simple green. The shocks still feel pretty good. I mean, this car did really well yesterday when it was running. I was watching it, and it was making laps, dude. It was totally fine. So Check the shocks right now. You know, they're not leaking or anything. They still feel pretty good, dude. Yeah, I mean, Aaron did report that he was having a great time. Just the sucker stopped, and he didn't understand the. I mean, yeah, he understands if it gets hot, it's gonna stop, but it just was a trip to like he bought this thing, and all of a sudden it's not running. I was like, oh dang it, it's getting hot somehow. So hopefully we're gonna get that sorted, dude. You know. So I was happy to take it home and do the best I can to just see what's up, you know. So let me get this oil and shit off my hands, and let's just get this diff back in there. Now, when I took it apart, I did feel it. When I had the wheels on, I was just kind of going back and forth. It was cricking up somewhere, dude. It was funky. So let's get it all buttoned back up. I can even turn it on and just give it full beans and see if it sounds funny. It made this really weird sound though when we would like hold it in our hands and give it full throttle. So, all right, I'm gonna wash my hands, but that's how I do diffs. All the screws look pretty good. I can give them a little final thing here. Oh, that one is actually kind of loose. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Using power tools, you can just strip your shit out. You know, you want to just use hand stuff too. God, I miss doing this at RC races, man. At 2 a.m, getting your shit ready. The weather's good. Southeastern Washington, where it's a little more mild at night than down here, and we just stay up all night and do this under these lights. Holy Lord. I do hope those days come back at some point, man. I really miss that, going race camping and doing this outside at night, all night, dude. Just working on your stuff and getting ready for the next day. There were no shims that came out of this, which is kind of curious. This diff wasn't shimmed. The shim meaning a little washer that kind of pulls it just a little bit away from that gear in there. So let me take the head system off. I might actually go find my shims and see if I can just at least get one in there. What's the book call for, dude? Let's just see. It seems like there should be a shim in there. I didn't have one come out, so it's usually the first thing you do when you build it. This book is great, man. For an RTR, you get the build book also, dude. So okay, let's see. Just flip through it here. Man, I love these books, dude. You know, you can get anything, make anything happen with your cars as long as you have your book. That's the front diff. They're not calling for a shim there. We're just saying, just plop it on in, dude, with no shim. Interesting. Okay. My MP10 diff instructions always say to throw at least a shim in there. They always show the little shim on the side. Shim just being a real thin washer type thing. So let's see. Yeah, here we go. So the shim would go right there. Or right there. And yeah, this book's not calling for shims. Alright. Well, let me think about that for a second. I have buttoned up diffs before and then taken them back out and then shimmed them up some more. So, alright. I'm just going to stop this for a second and be right back. I got oil and shit all over my hand. Alright. And then before you pop your diffs back in the case, final, you want to get some like gear grease. It's usually like this red stuff, this thick red stuff. I got this. This is like Team Fast Eddie dog bone and transmission grease for RC cars. I believe I got this from like for fifth scale applications. But this is real good stuff to get, you know, just to get it around the teeth in your diffs. This type of red grease here, gear grease. And just kind of smush it around, you know. Just let that sucker take a nice drink of red grease before you get it back in there. Get rid of that. Okay. Yeah, that's right. All right, so now I'm just going to shut it off. I'm just going to get it buttoned all back up. Yeah, so, well, I'll just kind of start guiding us through the job, you know. Maybe if Aaron's watching this, he might want to see me just kind of button this back up. I remember the book had the washers. Well, I'll just show it here, dude. So these aren't broke. God, it's been so long since I've done this, dude. Put that there. Get your pins into the pills. Take a look at your pills. Make sure they're not all warped out and shit like that. Those look pretty good. I have lots of extras of those. And then the book called for these washers to be on this side. On my other cars, the book calls for the washers to be on the other side. Okay. And then get your diff stuffed back in there, man. Can't see where the little thing is, dude. Okay, there should be like a little, yeah, I believe it'll go in on this side. I think I see the little spot down there for the teeth to go down into. Let's just see. That feels about right. I guess. I'm still tripping out about the shim thing a little bit. I'm so used to using those little washers that go in there, but it's no thing to just oh, sucker's digging into my forehead. If it doesn't feel right, I can just pop it back out. So, well, I'm gonna shut it off right now and just get the thing popped in there. It's pretty basic. The book will say what screws to use where, you know. But I don't know. Maybe I should just keep doing this just in case the homie wants to see kind of what order and how. So the next thing you want to do is reattach your sway bar. So the sway bar is this little bar here in the back of the car that keeps it swaying properly from side to side, or maybe lack thereof. So when shit's kind of fiddly, it's kind of chumming camera time. You're just kind of burning time here. Yeah, I think I'll just be more fluid if I can just be doing... I'll just get this button back up off camera. This sucker's starting to dig into my forehead too, man. So let me just take a little camera break and get this button back up. Wow. I can't believe how lucky I'm getting with my freaking parts bin, dude, because these are destroyed. Yeah, the cups coming out of the diffs into the center shafts are completely wrecked. Completely wrecked. I didn't even realize to look at those, dude. Wow. They're completely destroyed. So I got to get into the one up here. I got to change that out and change that out. So it's easy. It'll take a little longer, dude. Just when you actually have stuff on hand that's just been buried forever, wow, dude, you really pull up some treasure and get motivated to get shit done. And that's what I'm gonna do, man. So let me get back to it and see what we can come up with. hold it like this. Well, no, let me put it on, dude. Kind of go over what we did here, man. Oh, it's late, dude. Wow. Okay, so again, we just replaced the cups, man. These cups were absolutely destroyed in the back here. So we're spinning really freely now. I'm not feeling that strange bind up thing that I was earlier. I did both these cups, both the center diff or the, you know, the outdrive cups. The gear mesh looks fine here. I believe that should be good, man. And as I turn on the car and give it, I mean, nothing seems to be binding at all, man. So it sounds normal. I don't hear that sound. It just must have been the sound of all the cups were completely destroyed, man. It gave it this weird bass sound, almost like when you would give it a full crank, you know? So damn, this thing hauls ass, man. It's gnarly. It's a fun car. So I think the last thing I'll do is just take it to the grass and throw some grass runs at it and just see if I can get through a battery. And like that. So with that, man, I think it's time to roll up the shop, man, and hit the hay, y'all. So yeah, my name's Craig, doing a little wrenching in the High Desert Agro alternate lab. The other bedroom here. Strange. I haven't worked in this room before. It's kind of rad having a little room to do this in, though. It's pretty good. So I'm going to start getting a lot of more shit on the bench, man, and really get back to this. You know, it's been a while. So other than that, man, got to play a open mic with my band tonight. We did really well. People love the reggae, the fucking Long Beach style bounce that we brought to our music. And it was just a really good time. So that was just Monday. I never thought I'd be playing music on a Monday night, man. Wow. But it was really fun. People were there for the open mic and we all had a good time. So really thankful for that. And yeah, man, just count blessings, be thankful, spread that joy, dude. And I feel like I'm really doing it with this kit right here. And I'm really glad it ended up back in my lab so I could take another lick and really do my best to hook somebody up with a good running model so we can all do it, man. All right, you guys, my name's Craig, High Desert Agro. Good night. All right, just kind of hold it there. Maybe we can see the remote. Little screen there. This is a good remote. It's got a lot of options in here. Let's see, let me just shut the car off and just go from beginning to check our endpoints. So turn the remote on, turn the car on, and then just with this little menu down here, it's pretty sick actually. It's a real simple menu. Just scroll to the left. Oops. Let me, let's take two on that. Here, let's just shut everything off. Everything, dude. Okay, shut her off. Remote's on, car's on. I think I pressed down on it. Yeah, I just pressed down on that middle button, or the little roller button there, and then just keep going to the left. Trim. Endpoint adjustments, EPA, if you can see that in the screen there. And then you'll hold it all the way to the left. And you just want to make sure the servo is not like overworking, man. So as oops, dang it. Hit endpoint. Oh yeah, I have to choose it. So press down. And then again till the little number's beeping, and then you can adjust it. So I have the wheel cranked all the way to the left, and you can kind of see as you go you know, like that's, so just keep going down until the servo lets off a little bit. That's already pretty good radius, man. 60%. Okay, there's the max spot around the middle 80s, so I'll just go down to like, I think 70s is fine. So this is fully adjustable, you know, like you can make sure on your own if you want to do it on your own. Wow, that sucker's still going. All right, whoa. Almost seems like I can go farther on the other side. So I'll just throw it out to about 80% on the right. So I think each way is pretty good. It's pretty maxed out on each side. So the endpoints are set for this servo. This is a good servo, man, so we don't want to cook it up. So the endpoints are set. So I'm going to take the car down to the park now. The battery is at about 90%. The goal is just to run for about 7 minutes, man, and just make sure this sucker doesn't overheat. So I'm going to put it in some super small grass. I might put the Badlands on. I think I will. That's kind of a recommended tire for grass. So let me get the Badlands on. And then just head down there, man. So let's see. Yeah, the Badlands are right over there. I'll just do that. I kind of want to just kind of get her going here and just make sure this sucker doesn't overheat, man. So I'll just do some cone runs and just stick to a little loop in the cones and just listen to it and just go from there, man. Hopefully we got this thing fixed to where it doesn't thermal out, man. The last thing that I kind of forgot to sort of mention when you want to make sure your cars are running good is gear mesh. So I can feel a little bit of play between those two gears there. I think I am just going to go ahead and just loosen this can just to see. That feels like a pretty good gear mesh. I don't think this car was overheating because of gear mesh, and the teeth look really good on both gears, but I'm just gonna still just use my little wrench here and just move this thing around and just kind of get familiar with how setting the gear mesh goes in this thing. So let me just do that and see what I can come up with. Okay, I'll get our Badlands on here in a second. Look at those badass tires, man. Badlands are so killer in the grass, dude. So I think that grass will be really good length for it's like pretty short, and the Badlands should work really well in buggies. Truggies will cruise along in whatever, but buggies are pretty low, man. So when you're bashing your buggies, your 8th buggies, you want your big spikes like Badlands. There's a couple other tires that look like that too. So the gear mesh in here, I took both screws out, and this sucker's still just not even moving, dude. So the gear mesh, there's a little play between gears. I feel that's safe running. It's not like caught right up. So I just want to go test this thing right now and not figure out how to pry this loose. It perhaps has just been so mushed in there for so long that we might have to do some kind of other procedure to get this can to move a little bit. So it's just two screws that go in there. I'm just going to sink those back in. I just want to get this down to the park and just do a little cone run in that rad grass. That one spot that I ran the Revo at, the grass is just this perfect length, man. And it shouldn't be too crowded down there right now either. And it's close, man, you know, so it could be a good little spot. So we'll just do a little test and just see how this thing does, man. Okay, so we just want to be able to run for a little while, man, without overheating, dude. do our little sound check. All right, that sounds about normal, you know. So we'll just pretend we're running an event here. And just kind of get around these and the sucker really moves even when you're barely on throttle. Perhaps turn the throttle down maybe, I don't know. That might be kind of distracting to actually have the power hit that quickly when you're at the track. I've never actually raced this thing like in a timed event with a transponder. So I'm just kind of trying to simulate, you know, putting it under some work, man. It's moving along really well. You know, it's doing some work in this grass. So seems to be good so far. Can't have that. So probably a few minutes in so far. You know, the temperature of the day could be a factor in these things getting hot. I'll go ahead and feel the motor's barely warm. So, yowzer. I don't have to be quiet with my electrics in the park. They can haul ass. The nitros I gotta be quiet with. Pretty good practice with the cones. Just try to brake and then just coast around them. Brake and just let momentum carry me around the cone. Brake. 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 And just let momentum carry you around the cone. Yeah, really good practice, man. So by now, it's probably about 5 minutes maybe. This thing handles really well, man. So I still think this is a good car to put on a track for sure. The parts are still available. I mean, of course they are. This thing's not that old. It's just you can't get them anymore. Can't get these MP9s anymore. So far so good. I don't hear anything out of the ordinary. I definitely heard something when it was running. When Aaron was driving it on the track, I could tell when I was marshaling, I could hear it. And I really don't seem to hear that right now. So I think this should be good for another race day, man, at least, you know. Seems to be all right now. Damn, these Badlands really freaking stomping in these grass, dude. sucker really handles, dude. Handles business, dude. Going down the straightaway like that's so fun at big races, and they all just scream by. Like, I mean, that's how fast these things go. You know, the super $1,500 cars look, you know, just like that. That's what they do. So I would say I got the parks guy coming right now, so I think I could put this thing away. I mean, it didn't stop or anything. Grass is a little wet, so I don't want it to get too... Hey buddy, all right you guys?
Yeah, you want to race?
Heck yeah. Thanks all. I'm testing it for a guy. It was fucked up the other day. It wasn't working right.
Oh, nice.
So I had to do some stuff.
Oh,
Seems to be better now.
Right.
All right you guys, man.
Heck yeah, have a great day, Craig.
Thanks you guys. See ya. It's cool. Battery's probably, you know, probably down to about, I don't want to run it till it's all the way empty, but see if we can just give it one more, dude. Man, oh man, dude. Sucker don't play. Good cornering. This thing's awesome, dude. Holy shit. It's kind of fun, like just railing like a quick, like a fast kind of turn. It's actually really fun down here, dude. Sea buggy's a blast. Holy shit. But so hopefully this will last another race day for my customer Aaron there. And yeah, I guess maybe what I'll do right now is, I mean, the motor's a little warm, but I feel like, you know, that would have been a full event right there. So just gonna shut her off, man, get the battery back down into storage, and I can get this thing back to the guys, man. Back to the boys, toss it back in the gear pile. I do believe she's a runner, y'all. My name's Craig, High Desert Agro. New beginnings, man. New beginnings. We learn and we just move on, man. I just got back from my hearing from my company, and it was pretty gnarly, you know, but they checked me and I had to get the checking. And so at this point I am thankful, perhaps just a new sunrise, man. And it starts with getting people stoked on the RC car hobby. You know, that's us trying to do the right wholesome things in our own lives and have good hobbies that are constructive. And these cars have helped me through a lot, and right now it's helping me through a bunch, dude. And I was really grateful to bring it home and take a look and do my best and go through my parts bin and just try to get this thing the absolute best I can. So yeah, with that, I'm gonna go to the store, get my fruit and veg, and just call it a day. Peace, everybody. Namaste.